What's going on, everyone? So Max Christie has been fantastic for the Los Angeles Lakers, and I've talked about Max Christie a lot, but it's been warranted, right? I mean, ever since he got moved in the starting lineup, it's completely changed the Lakers from a defensive standpoint, athleticism standpoint, his hustle, his grind, his grit, right? He's doing all the dirty work. He's making all the plays. He's been hitting shots lately, starting to come into being a legit two-way 3-and-D guy, where before it was kind of like struggles. And it's one of the things that I highlighted heavily about, even with his struggles, you got to stick with him, right? When he was getting benched and JJ Redick kind of kept him out of the rotation for, what was it, like 3 games or whatever, I was like, you got to stick with the young man. Lakers desperately need Max Christie out there and what he can provide. He just never got the learning curve year. He never got the figure it out year. And so now he's being thrown to the wolves and having to try to figure out how to survive. But I've talked about that enough and broken that down. Please, if you want more in-depth breakdown of Max Christie and his performances, go check out some of those videos that I've made. But the reason I wanted to kind of bring Max Christie up again is because he perfectly highlights what this Lakers team needs badly, which is athleticism, foot speed, right? You see, outside of his scoring, obviously we want legit two-way guys. And I've even said, I don't ever want to see the Lakers do this, but if they were to throw out a unit of Cam Reddish, Max Christie, and Jared Vanderbilt fully healthy, alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, offensively they'd probably be atrocious, but defensively they'd probably be great. And even with their limitations offensively, it probably wouldn't look as bad. The problem that the Lakers have right now is when their offense isn't flowing, they don't have the athleticism and the defense and the things necessary to kind of balance that out. So it just looks bad, right? Lakers are up, will be up 15 one minute and then down 10 the next. And you're like, what is happening right now? But it's because we don't have the guys that can defend and stay in front of guys, right? There was a play where Steph had the ball, right? And Rui ended up getting switched on him. And you knew that Steph was probably about to eat Rui alive, but you at least wanted a fight and an effort. It looked like Rui was stuck in the mud, or like his feet were cemented to the ground. He didn't even move. Steph literally just went around him like he wasn't even there. As if, we always say, oh, this guy's a traffic cone. No, literally, Rui might as well have been a traffic cone. Steph got by him so badly. And I've talked about teams just keep jacking up threes and all this stuff because they know all we got to do is just win the 50-50 balls against, Gabe Vincent and Rui Hachimura and D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves, where Max Christie has won and usually wins most of those because he can just jump out the building and stuff. Lakers need more of that. And it's why I've said they really need to focus on getting perimeter athletes, perimeter defenders, legit two-way guys, right? They need to go get guys, even like a Colin Sexton, a Bruce Brown, Malcolm Brogdon, right? These guys. My concern is the threes, because so many teams are active and after threes that, it's one of those things where, are the Lakers even going to be able to get anyone? Every day a new team is interested, even a Dorian Finney-Smith. The Grizzlies now are interested in Dorian Finney-Smith. And Cam Johnson, especially now that Jimmy Butler is out of the picture and no longer on the trade market, now you just have, all these teams that wanted him are now going to go to the next best guy. And then that'll be Cam Johnson. And then it's okay, well, he's off the market, so who's next? Okay, Kyle Kuzma, Jeremy Grant, right? So to me, I think that there's an argument to be made. The Lakers should just focus on the things that you can get while everyone else is trying to get everything else. Everyone's trying to get the 3-and-D wings. Can you go get that premier kind of guard or multiple guards, right? A Bruce Brown could defend essentially 1 through 3. Can you go get, do they look to maybe go make a push and go get Nikola Vucevic or something, right? Do you go get a Colin Sexton? You go get a Malcolm Brogdon? Do you go get a Malcolm Brogdon and a Colin Sexton, right? Or Colin Sexton and a Bruce Brown, right? The point is that the Lakers really need to get other athletes out there, other guys that can do the dirty work, that can hit shots, that can defend multiple positions, that can have the impact that we see Max Christie doing, but are more experienced in that and have done it in various teams or in various roles, right? Like a guy like Bruce Brown, I understand he hasn't played this season, but he doesn't have like an extensive injury history. He's also a guy that's been there and done that, right? He's a guy that knows what it takes to win because he was a huge piece of Denver winning an NBA championship, right? He's a guy that can defend multiple positions. He can knock down the three ball. Not great. He's not like, lights out or anything, but he's also his best efficiency season was with Denver. Why? Because he had guys like Nikola Jokic that's just completely, sucking in the defense, and guys like Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray and all this stuff, right? So Bruce Brown was kind of an afterthought, right? So if the Lakers can kind of do something similar, then all these other guys become an afterthought. Lakers need to find that athleticism, need to find that perimeter pressure, need to find those guys that can do it, right? Obviously, okay, fine. Austin Reeves, he's your starting two. Fine, then let him be your starting two. You need to go get that better balance in your backcourt. You need to go get that point of attack defensive guy, right? Now Max Christie, he gets to move into a backup role where he'll be more comfortable and he'll probably have a bigger impact, especially if he can continue to play to the level in which he's playing. At times, you could have, a Bruce Brown and a Max Christie out there, and they're just pestering and defending. I mean, Lakers had the best defense in the league for like a 7-game stretch with Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell, and Gabe Vincent. I mean, Max Christie also was a big part of that, but, right, like, guys that are just not athletic, not known as defensive pieces, that are just getting blown by, that don't move their feet well and stuff. Imagine what would happen if you got 2 or 3 real defensive guys. We've seen the Lakers with just literally Jared Vanderbilt out there are the best defensive team in the league. Because Anthony Davis covers so much ground on the defense side that if you can get another guy or two that can cover, that kind of level of ground out on the perimeter, it completely changes this team fully. So Lakers really do. I mean, the center position is something that, like, they really just need kind of a backup, right? I do think that there is more and more of an argument to go get, because like I said, with all the perimeter, all the 3-and-D wings are just like such in high demand, and all these teams are kind of falling over themselves to go get some of these guys, that if you're the Lakers, you might not have a choice but to, kind of make a play, make a push for, like I said, a Vucevic or something, right? So that's my concern. That's my problem. I'm curious to see what ends up happening with the Lakers and how do they kind of pivot with all the 3-and-D wings kind of being in high demand. Do they go and they get kind of just that serviceable backup? Do they go more of a high-end center? Do they go and get perimeter help, right? Like, those are the kind of questions, those are the kind of things that we'll see what ends up happening. But they got to get something done. They can't just sit on their hands and do nothing. They can't just not make some level of push. And look, it might take this trade deadline and the offseason to really get back into contention. But they need more Max Christies, right? They need the athletic. Max Christie has made it so visibly apparent, right? It is insane, like, how visibly apparent. Like, Max Christie just stands out like a sore thumb in a positive way, but he just stands out because it's the only guy on the court most of the time that has the athleticism and the jump and the bounce and the foot speed and all that stuff. So he just looks so much better than he really is at times because, and look, I'm not saying he's bad. He's been excellent, right? He deserves all the praise and credit in the world, but it amplifies it because he's kind of the only guy out there doing it, right? So it's just like, man, imagine if we had 2 or 3 of these guys out there that can knock down the 3 ball, defend multiple positions. We'd be great defensively, offensively, and everything in between. It would be fantastic. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think like Max Christie really has highlighted what this Lakers team needs more than anything? They really need some perimeter help. Do you think that the Lakers should kind of prioritize maybe the center position? Or do you think that you have to go get a 3-and-D wing? To me, I just think that they need perimeter help and athleticism and defense regardless, whether it's at the guard position, especially if you can get sizable guards. Obviously, you don't want 3 6'2" guys out there, but if you could get a 6'4", Bruce Brown, and then like whatever, 6'5" Brogdon or something, right? Like, okay, not ideal, but at least you got the defense, the perimeter help, right? You still probably could have Vando off the bench stuff. Kind of just, again, give you some options, give you some different looks. But again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me not. It's me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.